Welcome to the Elder Page television program. My name is Haywood Fennell. This program is sponsored by Triad Veterans League, and we are veterans and proud of it. We have a fantastic opportunity for you today to meet a lady that's done a lot, and I'm not talking about a lot like a little bit. I'm talking about a lot like a big bit. We got Miss Jacqueline Smith here today, my friend of more than 25 years. And she's here today as one of the people that will be honored on September 12th of this year to receive our biannual Bridge Award. Bridge Award, bringing people together in the culture to promote our greatness through performance, to teach people how to believe in themselves. We are those people. And my friend is here today, Jacqueline Smith.
Oh, hey.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
No, thank me.
You know I
no,
love
let
you.
Me thank
no, let me thank you, because some of it started with you. You know, some of it started with you.
Oh, listen.
You know?
I don't know where it started, but I know it ain't going to end.
No, only when he says.
Yes,
only
indeed.
When he says.
I mean, you know, like what you done to theater is you superimpose yourself, if you will, with your children.
Absolutely. Again, it wasn't an option, you know?
And you never stop.
I'm not gonna. When it's my time to stop, that's when I'm gonna stop. You know, I'm gonna give it all that I got. And
I can't tell you how very proud we are to honor you for that which you've done. It's a lot, Jacqueline. You know, you do it now as a business, you know, and we understand that, you know, but what you did that winter night in February with your children.
At Berkeley Performance Center.
And people are still reminding me about from gospel to hip hop and all in between, featuring dance a lot of dance. Yeah. You and your kids took that theme, and I didn't know what you was coming with, but when you hit that stage,
we brought it, right? I mean, when you're on the stage, it's showtime. So either you're going to do it all the way or you're not. If you're going to do it halfway, come back to me when you're ready to go all the way.
It was so impressive.
Thank you.
And it really made a difference for a lot of people to see that performance, because they were saying earlier that day that it was supposed to snow. But snow
never came.
It snowed after the show.
Because it knows when. You know, knows when. He knows
so
when.
What else are you doing now? What's the latest with you?
Well, I've been very busy trying to create and cultivate our people and try and get us on one accord to doing a lot of stuff for ourselves instead of waiting for someone to do it for us. You got to get up and just take the initiative, you know. So I started obviously here in Boston with a number of studios. I had my 4 dance schools that I had, teaching ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, African and movement, and then some self-esteem building on top of that. And then at the time, my husband has since passed, but we owned music production studios. So we were getting a number of record deals and doing a lot of traveling. And then I went to Berkeley to try to learn the music business. Made that my business to learn the business so that I don't get finagled sometimes when I'm going into a production studio and I'm paying for something that I can just push a button and learn how to do it myself. You know, obviously the most important thing is sound. If you don't have your sound going, you can't get your instruments going or whatever. So in this industry right now, what I am doing is, and thanks to you, I want to say this as well. My children started in your production company with you, from gospel to hip hop and back, and it went extremely well. And I have 7 beautiful, amazing adult children now. And I think when we were working with you, they were like 5 and 6 and older, you know, kind of grew in.
They were bolder too.
And just cocky, you know. And now I'm proud to say all 7 of my children are doing extremely well. I have 2 that are school teachers. I have one that is, I can't tell you his position, but he's high in the Air Force. I have one that is a master mechanic for Harley-Davidson and doing really good. And then I have one of my other daughters who just got selected by Victoria's Secret to walk in the big Victoria's Secret fashion show. We just came back from Houston, Texas, doing that. So out of thousands of young women, she was chosen to do that. And then I have my daughter, your star, Amber Smith. We call her, you guys might know her as AD from Love is Blind Season 6 and Love is Blind Season 8. And I'm on that show as well with her. It turned out to be a bad thing in the beginning, but a good thing, because we were then offered another show on Netflix, which is called What's the Reality? So we interview all of the, so think about any reality show that you see on TV. We come on and interview them after their shows or things like that. So like the Atlantic Housewives or any reality show. And so she's living in LA now, and I'm going back from LA. In the last month, I've been in LA, Chicago, Miami, Texas, Boston, and Charlotte.
In the last month?
In the last month. So sometimes I don't know where I am, but it's a good thing.
You've been traveling the last month like that?
Mm-hmm. Sure enough. One night I literally slept in the airport, but it's good. And also, I have the opportunity now in working with Netflix to develop a show. The acronym is WEE. It stands for Women in Entertainment and Entrepreneurs.
That's what I wanted to ask you
Yeah.
about. You know, Jackie, you know the dynamics of women, particularly black women in entertainment. It's so big now.
It is.
You know, I mean, like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, it's always been big, but now the light is on it, because we've always been talented.
Right.
Intellectually, physically, the whole gamut. So we've always been here, but now.
You know, like the young lady that got the Academy Award for costume design. She's from Springfield. I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah, she did Wakanda. She did all the costumes for Wakanda.
And she also did the thing for Sinners.
Oh, yes, she did. Yeah. Yes,
Right,
she did.
She did. And I'm trying to, Jackie, connect this mindset of these determined women like yourself to the Harlem Renaissance. You know, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Because the Harlem Renaissance was more than an opportunity that we took to get on the stage. It was an opportunity to believe in yourself
See
and do the
yourself
things
differently.
that Lena Horne and Pearl Bailey,
Absolutely.
Ethel Waters and Dorothy Dandridge did.
Yeah.
And here you come.
Well, because they paved the way for me.
Right.
You know, but I want to go back to say, first and foremost, my mother instilled some great stuff in me. And then her mother instilled some great stuff in her.
She's very proud of you, your mother, because
Absolutely.
she's not with us anymore, but
Nope.
we call her name from time
Every
to
day.
time.
I talk to her
because
every day.
we know the spirit never
Yep,
dies.
yep,
you know?
absolutely.
And I remember her talking about you before I even met you.
She said,
Because I was talking about you to her about your brothers.
Yeah.
And then there you was up in Dorchester.
Just doing my own thing. You know, but it started with them, you know, because you get the opportunity to look around and see your environment. And just
Right.
because your environment may be a little bit crazy, or what we deem as crazy, doesn't mean that you still have to go down that path. You have to step outside of that box and create it for yourself.
Right.
You know, and not wait for someone again to give it to you. You got to create, be creative, like you've been doing.
What I like, what you did, was that you took your kids
With me.
with you. They couldn't go nowhere.
Nope, nowhere.
without you.
They couldn't go outside of my fence. Around my house, they stayed inside of that fence.
And they internalized what it was that they would become.
I think that by the time they were all 7, all of them knew like the periodical table. And if they say, Mommy, I'm bored, I'd say, get a book. If you're really, really bored, well, we have 3 bathrooms in this house. You can clean them. We'll find something for you to do.
I remember them kids.
Yeah, they're awesome.
If I don't ever meet a family of growing up entertaining, you can talk about the Jackson 5, I can talk about the Smith 7.
Yeah, the powerful 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Other Page television program. We're so happy to be here today with our good friend Jacqueline Smith is here today, and she is a phenomenon in entertainment. She's also a designer, fashion designer. She does sets. She has a family that's involved in several levels of community leadership. And we're really happy for her to be here today. This program is brought to you by Triad Veterans League. And, you know, we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of other things, but right now we want to focus on Jacqueline Smith, a lady that has paved the way, and now over at Netflix.
Yep, we're at Netflix doing some amazing things. And with your saying that, I now have the opportunity to get a group of women together who are entrepreneur spirited and mind thinking. And on the tail end of that, I don't get to pick the winner. But so what I get to do is some of the casting. So I'm looking for 20 women who have an entrepreneurial mind. And out of that, they will narrow it down to 5. And out of those 5, one of them will get $25,000 to help build whatever it is that they're trying to achieve.
Well, in that regard, send me that information.
Absolutely.
Because we do have some women in our cast that I'm not going to say they qualified, but they do have something to offer.
Okay.
You know, we don't want people that don't understand that it's a professional.
It's a business.
And you might.
It's a business.
Right.
I do, even though I work with my own children who are grown adults, I still do contracts with my children.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm doing, I kind of put it on paper. But yeah, I'm looking forward to working with some women who would like to start their own businesses, or they've already tapped into it.
Okay.
But in the nicest way, not really someone that just started something yesterday. And now I want someone that has some time invested in something that they've been working on for like a year to 2 years, and they need a little push or a little help. That's what we're trying to do.
Well, that's what we want to do. We want to help people. You know, we want to push them with encouragement.
Yeah.
If we have the resources, that's how we roll, though.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You just got to make things happen, you know?
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna do whatever it is here to help you at Netflix with your program.
You. And I'm looking for like designers, artists, whatever you think your craft is that you know that you can market or get out there in the public.
So, you know, let's talk about that
Dancers,
a little later
singers.
and how we can, you know, put that into play, because like we have this amazing young man, Tyree S. Brown, that you just met, Brown with an E.
Okay.
You know, and talk with him about your program and how we can help you, because one hand watch the other, together they watch the face.
Always.
You know, this is the Other Page television program, and we want to remind people that we are looking for young artists, those people that can draw, not so much AI, to help us outline our upcoming project, Cuda and the Magic Quilt. We're going to do an animated film of that.
Okay.
You know, the script's ready, the movie trailer's ready. I'll send it to you.
Please do.
It's a book that I've written. It's a prize-winning book, and I'm blessed to have written not just Cuda and the Magic Quilt, but Cuda and the Challenge, Oba and the People of Jai, This Man, Thoughts About Our Times, and upcoming Cuda and the Shepherds will round out the 3 Cuda books for a trilogy. You know, so I just sent some books to Wilmington, North Carolina, to the Martin Luther King Community Center in Wilmington, North Carolina. We sent 10 books for the kids' summer program.
Yeah.
You know, and we figured that the 10 books, you got a summer program of 40 kids, you know, they're gonna read that book, those books. You know, and Cooling the Magic Crook is an exciting story. So we're looking for people that want to learn to earn using theater and art. You know, because we got some music, Jackie. We got some music for this animation.
Yeah.
You know, we can't play with people.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna bring it to them, and they're gonna love it. Just like when your kids took that stage at Berkeley Performance Center on Mass Avenue in the nighttime, in the wintertime, in February, to celebrate Black History Month.
It's action time. And I want to say that obviously I've already instilled a lot of Black history into my children, but when we came to you and we started working with you, they get to see a different side, a different perspective. And you were pivotal in putting that in my children. They still, you know, my children know you.
Right.
They know you, you know?
I love them. You kidding me?
And you've done some amazing things in the community. And I know that they give you your blessings and your flowers and all that, but I want to say for me personally, on a personal level, whenever you've called or whenever I've called you, you've always answered the phone.
Yeah.
You've always been there.
I gotta do it. The only thing about that right there is that I don't get a chance to talk to you enough, because you be traveling.
I be running. I be running because what my goal is to do is to establish my companies, Tazar Designs, which is my design clothing, and the Body Company. The Body Company is because I like being in a collective of people. And then when you bring them all together, you can make things happen.
Yeah. Jackie, let me interrupt you 1 minute.
Yes.
I just want you to stand up so they can see, you know, no, seriously. I want you to stand so they can see, you know, your style and everything is so.
Well, this is just laid back.
Right.
It's just laid back. And for any women that have like a big long shirt, or you get your guy's shirt, you just take the buttons and button it this way.
See?
You button it here. Since I'm on with you guys, I buttoned up a couple more.
Right.
But you can take something this simple and turn it into anything.
But you turn it into a fashion piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do with all your stuff, though,
Right.
Jackie.
I have outfits that are just shirts. That's a skirt. It's two shirts. That's one skirt. It has the sleeves and everything hanging. Then a crop top shirt. I make anything out of anything.
Then I saw you in a black and red thing just not too long ago.
Listen.
It was like,
oh, that was my Wakanda outfit, because I liked the costume that was made for the female fighters in it so bad, I made the whole Wakanda outfit.
Tell me about your set design work.
Well, what I like doing is, I'm not good at drawing, but I can build anything. And when I say build anything, I mean, for one of my shows, I know that I wanted the models to come out in something big. And women, we love our pocketbooks, right? So I had a 24-foot by 12-foot big giant pocketbook, Chanel pocketbook that I made, and they literally walked.
You made pocketbooks too, Jackie?
Yeah, bigger than this. Yeah, it would have been about this size here. Yeah. But I made the props so that they could walk through the pocketbook, so when you're calling out your next model, I made all the Louis Vuitton luggage or whatever. It's about entertainment, excitement, and selling a product.
Producing them R's. Oh, like that, right?
And another thing that I did recently that I got $15,000 for, I made for the Miss Massachusetts pageant a Dunkin' Donuts dress, all out of Dunkin' Donuts bags. So it had the hat, the dress, the little bustier with it, the shoes, the earrings, and everything. And Dunkin' Donuts saw it, and they wanted to take it around to different stores and let people see it. You can find that on Facebook. Yeah.
You're on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook. It's Jacqueline Smith. Just look for the white hat. This one's blue, but the white hat. And then on Instagram, I am Tazar River on Instagram. And other
Has
than that,
anybody spoken to you about writing your book?
I have had a couple of people. I
But
just
not
don't-
me, though.
Well, actually, a couple of years ago, you asked me.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And
I just wanted to hit that.
Yeah.
You know.
You definitely did ask me, and I think that when you asked me, it was around the time that my mom had passed, and my whole thought process was on.
How was you and
something else.
you and your mom's, man? You know, she was such a
Two peas in a pod.
Oh man, she was a super lady,
Yeah,
man.
two peas in a pod. You know the phrase, you know, like when you lose your keys or you've lost something in your house and you can't find it. I think that when my mother passed away, that's the first time I really knew what the word lost meant. Because I knew where she was, where we put her. But I kept saying, I don't know where my mother is on this planet. And it's the most emptiest. I've had all 7 of my children naturally. I've never felt more pain than losing my mother. It doesn't even come close.
She was like sometimes people say, she was a hell of a woman.
And we called her Hellified Helen. That was her nickname. But, Haywood, when we're younger and your parents are trying to tell you to do the right thing or do this, or they're just constantly telling you things, you don't think that it means anything. And now that I'm a mother with my children, I found myself in situations where I would say, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then I remember my mother would say, just do this or just do that.
Well, tell me where your artistic and where did that come from? To
My little spirit to do it?
Yeah.
I have always been kind of like a ham in my own little world. I wanted to be acting, singing, dancing,
Really?
all of that. So I've been in 6 Walt Disney movies. I've been in a movie with Dan Aykroyd. I've been in a movie with Damon Wayans. And then I wanted to be singing and traveling, so I had the opportunity to tour with Aerosmith for a little while and Mary J. Blige and Maurice Starr. I worked with him
Back in the day,
here.
Maurice.
And I started out as a choreographer, putting together shows and stuff like that. And then while I was auditioning for a dance role, they said, hey, can you act? And I never had acted. I said, absolutely. What you want me to do? Just tell me what because either they're going to say you got it or you don't,
Yeah.
And then I auditioned for Rent, the play, and I've just never stopped. Never.
Did you ever do Black Nativity?
I have not done it. Have I seen it several times? Yeah.
Yeah. I know you could do something with that, huh?
Any opportunity that I get, I'm going to try it until the person that's putting it on says that's not going to work, and I'm going to say thank you so much. I'll be back next year.
Yeah, but Jackie, when you did Black Nativity, from gospel to hip hop, you was like, Then I knew.
Yeah. And then I started creating my own. I have a little play that's called Through These Hands, and it's a conversation from a mother. If I'm sitting here, then my daughter is sitting here, and she's sitting her little doll in front of her, and we're just braiding the hair. But I'm telling her, through these hands, I have cooked and cleaned and cooked and cleaned, and I get tired.
Tell me, we're going to take a little break now. We'll take a little break and come back and talk more with Jacqueline Smith.
Thank you.
Our guest of today, a lady that is doing things that are so amazing, but consistently, making people aware of who you are and what you can do, what you have done, and what you're going to do.
Don't make me cry out here. The key is to bring people along with you. And knowing that doesn't mean that everyone can come along with you.
That's a good thing. It's wonderful. We'll be right back. Can we come right back?
What if you were Kuda? If you were young, free to dream, free to learn.
What have you learned from the quilts I sent?
To read, to love, the whole world is yours. And suddenly, everything changes. You're running for your life. Freedom is all you think about. Then you realize freedom ain't free.
Back again with the other page. Oh my goodness, that was the movie trailer. We saw most of it anyway, Cooter and the Magic Crook. You know, Jackie's familiar with that, but you know, I just want to resume the conversation with Jacqueline Smith because she has done some amazing things in terms of entertainment and bringing it to the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's my power to the people.
Absolutely.
I want to say power to Jackie Smith.
I'll take a little bit of yours.
You know, because how did you feel being over there in Netflix? I mean, you know, just coming into that environment.
Well, it's big.
It's busy, right?
It's busy, it's big, and it's quick. It's quick, you know, and if you're
Just
on
like
your
that?
game, yeah, because, I mean, you can pitch any idea, you know, because you never know who's going to like what you're doing. Like when I was in Atlanta, so they sent me from LA to Atlanta, and I know you remember the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
And the little girl that was Rudy. Well, she's all grown up now, and we went down to her studios in Atlanta with her and her husband, and he is in all of Tyler Perry's movies, and we set up and started shooting down there. So you never know where you're going to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you get a chance to talk to Tyler Perry yet?
I have not. I've been on his studios on the lots,
And on
but
the
I
lot.
haven't spoken with him. No.
Do you see yourself one day having a studio in Boston?
Yeah, I think that we need something like that, like a program. Like, see how we're in this beautiful studio?
Right.
There should be some type of workshop
Right.
for young children, young people, young adults to be able to come in, learn how to be behind the camera, because everybody can't be a star.
Right.
But there's so much that you can learn by writing, producing, creating, acting, whatever, you know? So why are we not putting that to our children, giving them other options? We know that they love music,
Okay.
you know? So we could teach them how to be engineers,
Let
how
me
to
just
work.
interrupt you, Jackie, because I want you to know that the general manager here and his team of staff members are putting together the type of program that you just mentioned.
Absolutely.
In
Good.
fact, they did something last summer. So I think that when summer break comes for the school system,
Absolutely.
you'll see a whole lot of young people in here and behind cameras.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
I
that's
agree with
good.
you. You know, the Triad Veterans League, the sponsors of the Oscar Michelle Family Theater Program Company, which is our performing arm, we have incorporated theater technology around lighting and sound as part of our curriculum,
Yeah.
so they can learn and earn at the same time.
Absolutely.
Because we need to be behind the cameras
Yep,
too.
yep.
Right.
Because when
yeah.
you're behind the cameras, you get to set the agenda for what you want. You need the person that's producing the show, and you need to know that if I need a cameraman, I got someone that's qualified, you know?
I remember, not to interrupt you, when I met Harrison Poindexter. I don't know if you got a chance to meet him, but Harrison Poindexter was a janitor downtown in one of the stairs, not the Paramount, but the other one. And he was, you know, sweeping the floor, and he was looking at what the guys behind the cameras were doing. And so he said he asked them, what were they doing? And they told him, never mind what we're doing, you just keep sweeping the floor. So somebody got sick on their team, and they called Mr. Poindexter. And Mr. Poindexter came in and did what he needed to do with them lights and
Yeah.
showed them that he could do it.
Yeah.
So he didn't have the broom anymore.
Right.
The next thing you know, he was in Australia shooting for Will Smith.
Absolutely. If you have access to stuff, then it
Right.
can only better you. If the only thing that you're going to have access to is the craziness that's in all communities. You know, ours seem to sometimes get a spotlight on it, but you have good and bad in every community. But I think that it's extremely important that we pour into our young people. Because, for example, say that you have a son that's my daughter's age, and I have my daughter, right? And then they grow up, and now your son wants to date my daughter, but your son is wilding out. And I put all these values and things into my daughter. You have to do the same work that I've done with my children.
You can't.
There's no going around it.
You know, it's like they say, show me your friends and I'll tell you what you're doing.
That's right.
Yeah, no, they have to be similar in actions and stuff like that, right? You've done a fantastic job, Jackie.
Thank you so
with
much.
Your children. I mean,
thank you.
Come on. Man.
And I speak to them, and they're all in different states. I speak to my children every day.
And you're living their lives, and they're living your life too.
You know, the good part about it is I think this is bragging now. To go to my daughter's home in L.A. So she's like, Mom, do you want to come to L.A.? And I'm like, yeah, Em, I want to come. She's like, okay. She sends me a black car to come pick me up, take me to the airport. I'm getting on the plane. I'm ready to be in seat 32 or 33. I have a first-class seat on the plane. Then get to her house, and then just to see, you know how you can see things like on TV, and you're like, I wish I could live there, I wish I could live there. And so she had just bought a house, and I had been where she used to live.
You said she bought a house?
She bought a house. So I didn't know where I was going, so the Uber driver was saying, you know, so he's taking me to her house and all of that. Now, yes, I have seen it in pictures, right? And he said, is this her house? And inside I was saying, this can't be my daughter's house. This can't be her. Here comes my daughter out. Here comes her husband out. And I'm saying to myself, I grew up here a little bit in Boston, you know, and down by Lenox Street across from the projects. And not in my wildest dreams would I think I'd be in my daughter's house, sitting in the hills in California, not having to want anything.
One of them that was dancing in the thing at
Yes,
Berkeley.
that one, yep. And she's earned it. Like, no one gave it to her. She earned it. She put in the time, because a lot of people think because she has millions of followers or whatever. But she put the work in starting at 5 years old and going up, you know?
This is the youngest one?
My youngest child is 20. My oldest is 41.
What's the youngest one doing, Jackie?
She wants to be a pharmacist, so that's what she's working on, you know?
Yeah.
So that one's a pharmacist, the other one's modeling. They're all doing something.
My granddaughter, my son's knee baby, she wants to be a, what you call them, the ones that work with animals.
A veterinarian?
Yeah, she got those kind of marks.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and you know, when you mentioned that your daughter bought a home out in California, my son just bought a house in Brooklyn last week.
Yeah.
You know, so it's what you put in your child.
That's it.
You know, theater is very important. If you get the opportunity to get yourself and your child involved with theater, because
100%.
You know, there's so many things that you do with your character, learning another person's character, to find out how you can improve your character without even focusing on, I'm going to improve my...
Because you could be really shy, an introverted child, right?
Right.
But they get to act out another person to bring out another side of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Whereas they may be reserved, they get that opportunity.
So we must stress that. We have to stress that in theater, because that's one of the only places that you can get a chance to really be yourself by being somebody else.
But where is there a performance arts center here in Boston, for example, here in Boston, and dance is great because, like, again, I teach all forms of dance, but you should be able to go from that dance class at 1 o'clock over to that theatrical class or voiceover class or whatever. There should be other things confined that they can do, you know?
The development of a mindset in theater is really amazing. You know, and the other thing that I learned about dance is the only discipline that you can tell a person that they're out of step and they don't get mad.
Yep. Starts on the right.
Yeah, you got to do
Everything
it.
to your right.
You got to do it, Jackie. You've done so much.
You know, I've done so much, and again, my husband has since passed, but I remember my husband used to have our children doing paradiddles on the table, you know, rhythms and stuff like that.
Just like that.
You just, it starts with something, and you never know what it's going to end up being. You don't know. But if
Yeah.
you're not feeding into them, we're going to let the streets feed it into them.
So like in the kitchen might have been them in the kitchen with him and you, and it'll be all kind of things going on. But everybody is aware of what each of them are doing.
Absolutely. We performed in my house all the time.
Oh, wow.
All the time. All the time. But we had rules. We weren't really strict. But if I said you can wear, the options would be you can wear your blue socks or your white socks. Don't come downstairs with red socks. These are the options. That's it. There's no middle.
Hey, but Jackie, you know, when you was around them kids, man, that was like school for me.
Yeah.
You know, because I had never seen anybody able to concentrate on each one differently.
Because you got to meet them where they are. Because I also started some of my teaching in the school system, Boston Public School System, for over 20 years. I was the first female program coordinator for all community centers. I've worked with everybody. I've gotten awards from you. I've gotten awards from then the mayors that were here. And I just pushed my agenda. There's not one
You brought your
school
agenda
here.
to them.
Oh, yeah, because I don't wait for them to say, are you interested in doing this? I write up my contract and I go in and I sit with you. And now I'm in Norwood. I did the same thing in Norwood. Same thing
You're in Norwood too?
I've been in Norwood 23 years. Yeah.
That's a drive.
It's a drive, but I come back to home to
Yeah.
get acclimated. But even though I grew up somewhat here in Boston, right here in Roxbury, but I also, my family, because my family was all over the place, but I love them dearly. But they said, for you, you're going to do something different. So every summer I was in Algonquin, Maine or Belfast, Maine. I grew up there. I learned to ride horses, learned how to do my archery, all of that type of stuff.
That's what you do?
And
Ride
I taught
horses?
my children that too. I can ride horses, yes.
Okay.
And then I taught my kids, I think 10 years ago, I built my first teeny house in my backyard all by myself, and my son was laughing. One of them, he was laughing. He kept saying, you know that's going to fall down.
I'm not
10
laughing
years
at you,
later,
I'm laughing with you.
it's still up, and now it's the most popular thing. But I said that if I had nothing, you can put me in the woods and I'm going to survive.
Yeah.
So I am an off-grid type of person as well. I make sure that my house is prepared for any situation. And I don't want to say too much, but I'm always prepared.
Well, one of the things that I'm really, really proud of, like I said earlier, is what you brought to the community in terms of encouragement. Because when you see a mother with 7 children
Yeah,
and able to focus on them individually and collectively.
yeah, and let them have their own identity and be seen and heard.
Right,
You know.
right. What would you say to another mother that would be with 2 children?
Well, you know what? I may be a little bit biased because we all have different strengths, but to me, it's just not an option. Like, it's hard whether I had 1 or 7, but I don't let my children run me. That doesn't mean I'm going to disrespect them, but I don't need to run to the government to help me take care of my children. I'm going to feed my children. I'm going to take care of my children. Like I said, my husband has been dead for years now. They still had to go to college. I didn't have money for that. I got on my computer. I write grants. Whatever they needed, I wanted them to have a car when they graduated high school. I made sure that my kids had that. I got up off of my butt, and I just went for it. So I'm not saying that you don't need help, because if you need help, go and get help. But if you're going to let the excuse be because you have 1 child, 2 children, or whatever, then that's on you. Because some people may not like me saying this, but I have 7 children, and I knew in my soul I could take care of 7 children. My husband wanted 10 kids. We have 7 children because in my head somewhere, something said, can you, Jackie, take care of 7 kids? Can you do it if you have to do it? And that's what it comes down to. You have to know how to do it, but you can't give up on yourself. And even if someone that has 2 kids is having a tough time, then somebody like me or somebody else, our job is to fall back and give them that strength, that motivation, or show them what it takes to achieve one more step. Because all you have to do is see it. Then you know it's possible, you know?
So, Jackie, what do you got up for the summer? Because you used to do stuff in the summer over at Franklin Park, didn't you?
Yep. You might get to see me, hopefully, with some of the bands. I'll be up at Playhouse in the Park.
Yeah, Playhouse in the Park.
Yeah, I'll be up there, maybe doing some backgrounds with some of the groups. Or, again, right now, I am putting together a new band for my female group. So when you think about that.
You have a female group, too?
Yeah, well, I've had one before. We had a record deal. We were called Bad Kitty, and the band is called The Lion's Den. So we're Bad Kitty and The Lion's Den. It's an R&B.
Are you singing in it?
Don't make me perform. Yeah, I'm going to be singing in it. But I'm also auditioning for other women to be in it because we have an opportunity to do a Vegas show. Because in Vegas, I mean, I don't know if you've been there or not, because I used to think it was just like a grimy place.
In Vegas?
Yeah, but we have an opportunity to put together something that they don't currently have, which is an all-female R&B, hip-hop singing group and band. So I'm looking for you all.
Well, we got some people that we can, you send us something, we get it to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and find out what their interest level is.
Yeah.
And you know, Jackie, you're saying all these things, and we know that God has blessed you, but we also know that you can't be playing around.
Right.
The entertainment is so big now.
It's serious. You know, you have to put in the work. You know, my children's first commercial that they did, it was for a shoe company called, a sneaker company, Stride Ride. I don't know if you remember them.
Stride Ride, the shoe people?
Yep. They never saw my kid's face in the commercial. All you saw is their feet going like this. But they each got paid $4,000 for just doing that. You know, and then you build and build. And you don't have to already be accomplished. You just have to be willing to learn.
Are you your own agent?
I am.
And you're
when the pay is right, I am. And when I know that I can get a little extra, then I call in my manager to negotiate it. Because if I can do 5 things, and you can get me to do all 5 things for, say, $175,000, right? Then you got me doing 5 things, when for each thing, I should be paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do I know what you mean? Of course I know what you
Yeah.
mean. I just haven't gotten to that level yet.
Yeah.
But
I just
am.
determine, and a lot of times I just like to do things for free. If you can see somebody really wants to get it and really wants to learn, I'm willing to do a lot of things for free.
I tell people now, Jackie, you don't need $1 million to make $1 million.
You don't. You don't.
You know, I'm looking forward to other conversations that we're going to have. But this has really been a pleasure, you know, having you here today. We are so honored to hear what you've got to say about motherhood, about family, its importance, about our community, and how we can improve ourselves by learning how to do things ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, your interactions with one of the largest
Networks.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised, Jackie. Let me just make that clear, all right? I'm not surprised at your achievements.
Thank you.
Because I knew when I met you.
I'm going for
And
it.
them kids. Folks, you just got to see them kids.
They're grown adults. They still will say in a different way, but when they were littler, when we'd finish eating dinner, they'd say, may I please be excused from the table? Like, I know it sounds crazy. I've only spanked one child Out of all 7 of my children,
Only one.
one. And that's only because she was pouring water on a light bulb and I couldn't get to her quick enough, so I had to hit her to save her from getting electrocuted. But if I can't speak to you and get my message through, because I believe, and this is what I told my kids, if you hit me, I get to hit you back. And then we can go run and tell mommy or dad. Because I'm not going to let you just hit me and then now you're going to say, well, you're going to be okay. No, it's uneven. Let me hit you back, and we're going to be even. It's not promoting violence, but that teaches you keep your hands to yourself.
Right, right. And they so well, man. Even when we was at Berkeley, you know, even when we was at rehearsal, the place over there next door to the grocery store was a laundromat. Now,
I've never been to court with any of them. They've never been arrested. None of my children have records. And it's because, God forbid they were doing something wrong, I'm going to correct them right there. Where you show up at, I'm going to show up in a nice way. And I don't discipline my children where people can see it. If they're doing something wrong, I just nicely grab their hand and squeeze it. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking to adults, but now they're all adults with their children. I have 5 grandchildren.
You got to be proud of them in that element that they're in.
I am.
For instance, you just came back from down Houston,
Houston,
for the
Texas.
Victoria's Secret.
Yeah. And
Victoria's Secret.
Victoria's Secret. So my daughter's name, and you can find her on Instagram, it's Alexis Mack, M-A-C-K, and you can see her doing her audition. But you see hundreds of people around, but only 30 were selected to come down to actually compete, you know? And then they will help you groom them, and like even if she doesn't make the final walk, they will still work with her, you know? And
no telling where she'll go from there.
Right. But if you're not in it, you'll never do it.
Oh.
Try. Just try. If it doesn't work, try again.
If you're not in it,
it's not going to work.
You can't win it.
You can't. How can you win the lottery if you didn't even buy the ticket?
Jackie, you know, anything else you want to tell me? Anything you could suggest in terms for our development? Because, you know, we have a good theater group, and, you know, Tyree is back now. He's our promotion and marketing person. And whenever you got anything that you think that we should be involved in, you know, like you have meetings that's related to entertainment, you know, a conference, you know, let us know, because we can get the word out for you.
Well, I'm planning to put together what's called Women's Motivational Speaking, and having a group of women that I can talk to, because obviously you and I can talk about anything, and we always have. But I'd like to get to a point where, because sometimes, not that I'm anybody, I just want to be clear when I say that, but some women that I know or have met would look at me and think, wait, she has 7 kids, she's done this, 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 and this, and she doesn't know anything about a struggle. Those are the women that I pull aside and I tell them who Jacqueline Smith is, what I've overcome, what I've been through, like the tough stuff.
Right.
So that they can see, wait, that happened to you, or you did that, or you went through this.
Because I remember a couple of things that was kind of tough that you went through, and I didn't know how you was going to come up, but you came out A-OK.
Yeah. Because
you know?
Either I'm going to sit down and cry or get up and do something.
Right.
And if I decide to sit down and cry, I tell myself, you're going to cry for 15 minutes, and then you got to shake it off, and now you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
But
Let me just say something, folks, because, you know, we're running it down now, and I want to remind you that we have a lady here that's a very good friend, and we're going to be having some of her information. Watch our show, listen to our radio program, because we're certainly going to have it.
Amen.
She's an absolutely phenomenon in this community and beyond, because she told me, you know, she's here, there, almost everywhere, taking care of business, not just for herself.
Right. It's a collective.
She'll never work for just herself.
Right.
She and her kids have made it possible for other families to be involved.
Well, I remember some of the people that have worked with me. One of the young ladies that used to come to my dance school and taking classes from me, she is in the Beyonce Single Ladies video. And then I worked with Russell Ferguson, even though he was already talented. Worked with him, he did a lot of plays with me and shows with me. He won So You Think You Can Dance. But if
Yeah.
you're not in it,
You got to be in it.
you got to be in it.
You got to know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Jackie, it's been great seeing you, talking to you.
Thank you so much.
We want to talk a little bit about the upcoming Veterans United States commemorative stamp that's up at the Strand Theater. We have the art exhibit, but what we're doing is working on a United States commemorative stamp series based on a commissioned art exhibit that Triad Veterans League paid for. There it is. There it is.
Oh,
You know, we want to get the signatures in place because we're going to take that to the United States Postal Service and ask them to create the commemorative stamp series that depict our veterans from the American Revolution up to World War II's Tuskegee Airmen.
That's right.
We've been in every war since the American Revolution. We fought so hard that the British offered to take them that were fighting back to Canada, and some of them went and they established Nova Scotia. You know, so don't let them play your history cheap.
And there's nothing wrong with knowing your history.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you have to hate anybody or dislike anybody.
Right.
But the worst thing that you can do for yourself is not know your history, not knowing where you came from. You know?
That's the bad part.
If you don't know where you have, how can you not know or want to know where you came from?
We want to say also that Jackie, again, is a longtime friend, not just of me, but she has respect from all her colleagues for the work that she's done, doing, and will do. We want to thank everybody for being a part of our show today. We really appreciate our tech crew for setting up this lovely set. And by the way, Jackie does set design, folks. We want to put up her information so that people can get in touch with her in case they need her services.
Thank you.
It's been great being here today. We're here at the Other Page Television. Appreciate you coming in. Happy Father's Day coming up.
Yeah, to you as well.
All you dads. Yo. And